To make the gradient background in Illustrator, you're going to use your rectangle tool, drag out a rectangle that covers your entire artboard. Remove the stroke from it. You can do that either in Control Bar. If you don't see Control, go to Window menu, make sure Control is checked. The Control Bar will open up. Remove the stroke from it. You don't need a stroke on there. You do need a gradient in there. So you need to open up your gradient panel. Gradient panel can be found in Window menu. If gradient is checked, gradient panel is open. You can use a combination of your gradient panel and over here, the gradient tool. So to change the gradient, if I just click what's in here, this fills with whatever gradient I've got in here. That's all nice and all, but that's not the colors that I want in there. To put the right colors that I want to put in there, I select the little sliders in the gradient panel, go down here into whatever I'm choosing, CMYK, RGB, WebSafe RGB. I usually work in web. You may not be working in web. I sample whatever color I want in here, click the other gradient chip, and go back down in here and sample another color, whatever I think will work. If those are the gradients that I like, I leave them in there. If they're going in the direction I like, I leave it the way it is. Gradients always go from right to left. If I want to change it so that it goes from top to bottom, I use my gradient tool, that's this thing, and I change the direction of the slider. If I want whatever color I put up here, if I want that up at the top, I pull down. If I want it to go in the other direction, I pull up. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this layer because I want to turn this into my cloud layer, but I want to do something interesting into it. Well, this is going to stay my background layer. I'm going to make a duplicate layer and lock this layer and turn that one into the cloud layer. So I'm going to hit Control, duplicate, lock that. Important to lock it. Okay, this is going to become clouds. Yeah, I can spell clouds. Okay, clouds. So in my clouds layer, I'm going to turn off the visibility of layer 1, and I'm going to cross my fingers that I don't accidentally bork it up. To make the clouds, I'm going to use the eraser tool. I don't normally use the eraser tool, and I haven't really found a good use for it, but it's pretty good for this. I'm not working with a mouse today. I'm on a trackpad, so I may screw this up. But basically, I just draw little clouds. Like I said, I'm doing a bad job because I'm on a trackpad instead of a mouse or a tablet. Once I get that in there, hey, it looks enough like clouds to me. I will go back to my direct select tool, select the top half, and delete it. Okay, turn that back on. So hopefully it's still in there. I know you can't see anything, right? It's locked. Let's play with it. So there is my cloud layer. I'm going to go back into gradient tool, and in this I'm going to change the direction of the gradient. I am also going to lower the opacity. If I think that that's really not cutting it, I can select this in the gradient panel and lower the opacity here, which might create something interesting. I can also, I don't know, that's kind of interesting. I can also switch gradient colors and put something totally different in there that might give a different effect. When I want to make multiple cloud layers rather than reinventing the wheel, I option click and drag what I've got, hold down Control, go to Transform and Reflect, and just change the direction of that. If I really think it needs something, I'll drag through it with the eraser again and change the shape of the clouds. If I'm happy with it, I click OK. I can also go in here and yikes, there's a lot of anchor points in there. To get rid of some anchor points, I can use my smooth tool. If I can find it, it's buried in here somewhere. If I can't find certain tools, like, hey, smooth tool, any tool that I can't find that should be in there, but it's not, I just drag it back in. Okay, smooth tool is back. What smooth tool does is if I drag it over something, it will remove excess anchor points and make things, well, smooth. Fewer anchor points. I can also go back in here with my direct select tool, click on any of those anchor points and adjust these as I see fit. Hope that helps.